Jacko here, welcome back to Resonant Rise 3 on Kieran Dave Saver. We are playing Eternal Mainline, and I thought I'd start with a little long shot of the village there. I do like how this is turning out, but it is taking me quite a time to build stuff. I kind of like the way you can see little bits of detail. You can see the altar down there under the ship. Remember, this is all going. So this is new. A few things to catch you up on, and then I am going to do a bit of Poppet stuff, because I've not done any Poppet stuff for the Witchery. A couple of things to catch you up on. I'm in the process of building the mayor's house. I don't know if I like it. Kind of what I do is I build a bit, and then I'll leave it for an hour, and then I'll come back in an hour and see if I still like the look of it. But I've done some of the windowsills. What I'm consciously doing here is I'm trying to make all the buildings look the same, because a village like this, you'd expect one person or the same group of people to build all the stuff. So I'm trying to keep everything the same. So the windows are all going to be the same. The window frames and stuff, which are just micro-blocked spruce, are all going to be the same. So it's the kind of thing I've gone here. I've not put the actual bottom bits of the windowsills on here though, but I've just done it on the upstairs ones there. I do kind of want to incorporate the Britannia stuff into this mayor's house, but I'm not sure. I might do a separate Britannia building, because this is all going at some point. This is temporary and will be going, and I shall be flattening the side of the mountain out again. So yeah, that's going to be the mayor's house. So I'm going to have a nice bedroom up there and some stairs. I kind of want some stairs on the outside. If you look at Skyrim, there's a lot of outside stairs and stuff. So yeah, and I need to do the inside room. This stuff is amazing. Someone told me about this a while back. It's called Trodden Dirt, and I did look for it when they told me in a comment, and I didn't see it. For some reason I must have been searching for the wrong thing. Oh, I don't know how long it's been in Britannia, but it's really cool. It's from Britannia. Let me turn my hood back on. It's from Britannia, and you make it with, first thing you need to do is you need to make some coarse dirt, which is also from Britannia, and you make that by chucking normal dirt into your alchemy catalyst mana pool, and then you can combine 3 of them coarse dirt with sand, and you get these trodden dirts. And what I really like about it is, look at that, it's a little bit lower than grass, so you get this really nice, it's subtle, but you get this real nice fine edge there. So it's really cool. I shall be using this a lot. So I've changed all the inside stuff is still that stone there, that kind of pattern stone. There's a wrong block there, look, that is a wrong block. All the paths I have done like this. So yeah, so that's the one building I've done, partly done, and I kind of do want to incorporate that. I'm not sure. Another thing I want to do with this is really nice is, let me have a quick mess about here. I want one of them, and I want a carpenter block and a bit of grass. Carpenter block and a bit of grass, excellent. What I'm going to do out here, because this is the mayor's house, I'm going to, let's dig a bit of this up. I need to get the edge right though for this. What you can do with carpenter blocks, I've only got one out, no, I've got 9. That'll do. Let's do a little bit of this. Is I can go put carpenter blocks down like so, and then put grass into them. So this actually works with grass. You can still plant plants on it and stuff like that if you want. What I can also do is, if I get my hammer, not my chisel, get my hammer and right click these. No, not right click these. Not shift left click. Come on, what am I doing? Off book already. This was not the plan for the episode. Not left click. What am I doing? Was it chisel? It wasn't chisel, was it? No. I don't know what I'm doing. My brain's gone blank. Shift right click, no. Just right click, no. Shift left click, no. Sure, I could put a pattern. It's the carpenter block. Give me a sec. That's where I'm failing. I forgot I need that thing there. It's a carpenter's chisel is what I needed, not a carpenter's hammer. So let's try this again, and I shall stop wasting your time. So as well as a carpenter's hammer, you can make a carpenter's chisel. And what you can do with that is you can chisel up the blocks. And what I'm after is that one. Oops. I actually matched the one next to it. That was cool. So you can actually make a nice little lawn pattern. Christ, all that just to show you that. So I'm going to have a nice little lawn there, like a little mown lawn for the mayor's house, and I'll do that all there. I'll put a little fence around it. That was a little bit stretched out just to show you that. Anyway, other building I built is, as I said, I would build a barracks. It's this also a work in progress. I decided to have the windows a little bit higher up in this. I've not put the glass in yet. Commander, come here a minute. I'm going to change you to Commander Vorgen, and Vorgen knows why. Thank you very much. Oops, actually need you to be. Come here. Stay still, damn guy. I actually want you to be Commander Vorgen. So, as you see, I've put another couple of NPCs down. Commander Vorgen. There we go. And I hope I'm saying that right, mate. So, I've got 3 NPCs. Let's carry on just talking about the barracks at the minute. So, a little barracks house. I've got just 8 beds in here. I'm going to put a little chest beside each bed. Put the windows in. I'm going to put one of these type of doors on this side. And I thought I'd have a little training area at the back. So they've got a little thing here with some Decacraft training dummies. And I'll probably put a couple of cauldrons of water and stuff in that side. Which leaves me room for a building here and room for a building here. The only problem with these is the commander guy, Vorgen, gets stuck on these sometimes when he's going back for food. Because his food spot is up there. So that's that building. I actually prefer this place at night. So I'm going to actually not sleep because I think it looks miles better at night. Anyway, and the other building I've done is I've put just some slabs onto the stables there, and I need to sort out them doors. A couple of people told me in a comment that this is an extra trees gate. If I make it with 2 separate bits of wood, it'll make a vanilla gate, which will actually join to the fences. So I need to remake them gates. A little bit of straw there, and yeah, that's all building I've done since you last saw me. In here, really quickly. Scotty asked nice, so I renamed the bard Scotty the Bard. There you go, mate. Maybe like that. And he is awesomely playing randomly them 6 tunes for me, which you may have noticed, and I really like them. I'm not bored of them yet at all. So that's that. Right, let's talk about the NPCs a little bit. I've added 2 more. I have given this guy his command baton, which makes him a commander. See, look, he wants food now. And he always seems to want food here. So he straight lines it back to his upkeep chest, which is right through them test dummies, dummies, and he gets stuck on them like that. I have to help him through, so I'm going to have to put a fence around this. I've left this door open because I can't deal with that door, and there's a zombie out there earlier, and all 3 of them jumped off the bloody side there. So what I have to do is make it so that they can get back up here. So I just made it so there's a little step up there, so they can actually get up. Actually, one under the block there, just there like that. There we go. So they can actually climb up here, and they can climb up onto here. This is a bit terrible for actual defence of my town here, because you can actually get into the village like that with no jump or anything. So that's that. There goes Private James doing his job. So he's all right, and the medic guy, I've just got him set to his home here, so he just wanders around aimlessly in there where he's placed. So what I've done to these actually is I've done something slightly different. What I've done, this is from comments as well, and Lion let me know what I was kind of messing up with as well. So thank you for that, Lion. Stand still, guy, damn it. What I've put in is I put in an upkeep order and a combat order. So the door's killing me. I've given each of these guys an upkeep order and a combat order. What the upkeep order does is that shows you where they get their food from, and if I have to repack these and place them again, that persists, so I don't have to keep resetting their food thing if I have to repack them if they get stuck. And a combat order, of course, is what makes them a soldier, and that makes it so they don't go to sleep at night. The bard doesn't go to sleep at night, but he should go and stand where his home is, and his home's that block, so that's why he stood there. He sometimes sits on the chair, which is kind of cool. Looks like he's hungry. I think he's stuck on the chair right now, actually. Because he should be coming over here to get some food. He isn't. So yeah, upkeep orders are better rather than just having it using the command button. And I'll try giving him a work order to make him work at a place. That's not how the bard works. Is that why he stood there? I don't think so. I think he's actually stuck on the chair, you just can't see it. But I don't want to break the chair, so I'll leave it there. So yeah, that's a free NPC. So of course, medic is a medic because he's carrying an axe. I've giving him a farming axe. You're going back on your patrol. So the Commander Vorgin's patrol is just the four corners of the main thing. So he walks around in a square and then comes back up here for food when he wants it. The medic's just randomly stood there, so he just wanders about close to where he's placed. And of course, Private James goes down to there, and then down to there and back. So that's them. Cool. So right, before I get one of the Poppets, that's all building work I've done. Before I get one of the Poppets, a couple of little things. One is I needed some red dye to make these, and I did it using Minechem, which I promise I will get into. If not soon, then certainly in a I'll spend a lot of time dedicated on Minechem because it's really cool. If you look at red dye rose and press R so you can see how it's crafted, you can see that you can craft it in a chemical synthesis machine from cobalt nitrate. So I looked what cobalt nitrate was in, and if you look, it's in loads of things that have red in them. So look at that, pink generator has a bit in. A lot of the things in here are stuff that has red in them, like ender chest with pink wool or red wool and stuff. So it looks like cobalt nitrate is linked to red by the look of it, and pink. So that's pretty cool. I actually looked at breaking it down. Cobalt nitrate there is, in its broken down form, is of course cobalt and nitrate. Cobalt I could get from farming some cobalt in the nether. So I can go and farm some cobalt there and turn it into molten cobalt, and you can feed that into the decomposer and get straight cobalt like that, which is pretty cool. And then nitrate is just nitrogen and oxygen. We've got nitrogen and oxygen. So to get oxygen, there's loads of things that have oxygen in. One of the first things I noticed was just smooth stone. So I banged a bit of smooth stone in here, and even smooth stone, which of course you can make a generator for, which of course I've got a generator for under there somewhere. That's just generating me smooth stone. It breaks down into all this stuff, so you can get magnesium, oxygen, iron, lead, silicon, aluminium. So all that breaks down into that, and it's a random choice. It's a random chance. So if I look at uses on that and go to the chemical thing, you'll see there 20% chance of one of these things and oxygen. I think it's really awesome. So I think I'd like to at some point do a start where I'd get these machines early as possible and try and get everything from generating actual elements. I think that'd be a real fun way to play. So yeah, that's got me all them. That got me the oxygen, the nitrogen. I can't remember what I got, but I've got a bit of rose red anyway. Let me make the dummy, because for the dummy of course I need these red crafting clays, and I had no rose red, and it doesn't take the Tanya one, so I had to make some rose red. So if you see in the book here, the book at the minute is set for rose red, which is pretty cool. So all you need to do is, if you grab a bit of rose red or whatever you want to craft, you put your book into this, you put the tag item in there like that, so you can see that there is made of silicon dioxide, and it decomposes to nothing. So I can craft dirt by feeding silicon dioxide into the thing. So let's take that bit of dirt back out there. So if I look now, I can look at that, I can see you can't decompose dirt into anything. You can synthesize it by using energy and silicon dioxide. Rose red decompose chance 100% into cobalt nitrate, and synthesis uses cobalt nitrate. So very cool. It's a very cool mod. I shall be certainly playing with that. This has been of course a magic playthrough up to now though. Right, and then just want to quickly go over why I've not been doing many episodes. Partly it's because all my stuff's a bit broken. I've been kind of waiting for an update. The update we've got changes a lot of things, so I don't know if it's going to break stuff, so I'm kind of waiting for that as well. But at the minute, of course, my processing is all done via these multi-block structures, and I've had to break them all. I think I've shown this before, but none of these multi-block structures are actually currently together, because when V goes through the relays and feeds machines, it uses a part of Thaumcraft called the VNet, and the VNet is causing memory leaks on the server when it's connected to multi-block structures. So I've had to break my advanced alchemical furnace, and I've had to break all my infernal furnaces. So all my processing's offline, which is kind of making me just want to hang around and wait until it's fixed. And that's why I've not been doing a great deal of episodes on here. That and everyone else playing StarMade. I'm on the server on my own because everyone who plays on the server are all enjoying StarMade. And I should maybe have a go myself. Dave's got a server running, and it looks like a lot of fun, but I just don't know if I've got time to play StarMade, so I've not bothered. Yeah, anyway, right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a few things up. What we've not done in Witchery, is what I should have done really before I did the infusion. I kind of skipped it. Was I should have done some Poppet stuff. So I'm going to get a few things prepared, and we're going to make some Poppets. In fact, what I'm also going to do, I'm going to do a Britannia thing really quick. I'm going to make my own head rather than. Should I use my own head? Whose head should I use? I'm going to make my own head. I want to make a head from Britannia. So I'll get the stuff for that prepped as well. And I shall be back when I'm ready to do the next bit of the episode. Okay then, I've got a couple of things ready. What I need to do first, before we do anything else, is jump into here and go to my anvil. I believe my anvil broke last time I used it. I just remembered. Yeah, damn. So make an anvil. Let's quickly make an anvil. Anvil. It's just iron blocks and iron in it. So, have I got iron blocks already made? I have. Wonderful. There we go. I've got them made for the ritual for gathering ores, of course. Well, we have to throw a thing on there. So yeah, I was going to use my own name. I was tempted to use Enemith. I still can't get his name right. The Witchery modder. But I'll just choose my own, because I'm not sure if it's actually his in-game name. I got the build it. So make a tag with your own name, or whatever name you want. And I think it's going to check the... I'm just going to check it against the skin in it. And then if we come up here, so I've done a little bit more building as well, by the way. I've put the windows in, and I did actually have the portal turned on. Looks like it's just turned off again because I needed one of these, a pixie dusk. So I turned my portal on, and like I said, I've put some outside stairs up to the upstairs there. I want to keep it nice and basic. I don't want to go out too flashy. There's a little 3x3 room there under the stairs. We'll go, is it a 3x3, 3x4? Yeah, little side room there. I'll put a floor in there later as well. I don't think I'm going to leave the portal there, to be honest. Although it does look alright when it's running. I just don't like where the mana pools have to be. It's kind of a bit intrusive. But there we go. Looks a bit better with a roof on, possibly. And I put one of them beds in it. So there we go. I put a roof on. And this here is just a carpenter's garage door. Open and then hit with a hammer so that it stays open. So it's actually it's set to redstone, so it's like an iron door. So if there was a pressure plate here, it would shut. I like the way it just has a little lip. So I use them not as a door, but as like a little framework there, rather than actually using it as a door. Yeah. And over here, I moved them so that Vorgin can get by better, and I put a roof on here as well. I'll go with that same like bar there that I've got on up there just to break it up a little bit. Anyway, let's carry on. So I need my runic altar now. My runic altar is there. I've just put it out of the chest. So my Britannia setup's all a little bit in pieces. What I'm going to do is I'm going to band that spreader to the altar. And what I need to do is chuck these things on here. So a prismarine is just a bit of quartz through the alchemy thing. Pixie Dusk is a mana pearl through the Alpharm portal. Golden apple, of course, is a golden apple. Skeleton skull, and the name tag. And do I just click on here? So it's forming that. I'm guessing I'm going to need a piece of living stone because that's what everything else in the runic altar does. So we'll see if it needs a bit of living stone. Yeah, I need to tidy this place up. I need to sort it out. Let's move all these Kekimurus upstairs. These are, I think, once you've got a decent cake production, I think these are really, really cool. That's the easiest way of getting mana. Families, by a long way. But, I think the coolest way of possibly Kikimoras. Now these are Elven recipe now, so they certainly must be pretty high up in the amount of mana they provide. One thing I dislike, that's not a dislike, one of the things I'd change in Britannia if I had a voice that would be listened to is, I have it so you can actually know how much mana each thing produces, like Iris per tick on other machines. That's just something I'd prefer myself. But there we go. So yeah, I actually turned the stone into my head. Wonderful. Let's jump up here. I was looking, the Poppets, it's not going to be, I thought it was going to take longer than it is, but it's actually not going to take long sorting the Poppets out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make myself a couple of death Poppets. I'm just going to place them in here. So let's get this head done. And that's out of the way then. So thank you Dan200 for being a head on my altar. But seeing as it doesn't seem right the amount I avoid computer craft to actually use computer craft heads, seems a little bit weird. But there we go, I've got my own head on there now. And my own head is a really basic skin. I mean, my I don't even look like that. I've got a beard and I've kind of got hair, but it's not really red like that, so it's pretty terrible. And sorry Dan, I'm going to have to chuck your head in the bin because I don't know where else to put you. So I've done the first thing we need. So that, by the way, if you want to see it in the Botanica, is if you just type in, go to your index, type in head, you'll see that there's head creation there. It just tells you what to do. There we go. What we just did. Sweet. So you can go back in there. Looks like kind of Britannia, because I'm not using you that much in a minute, so I'm kind of keeping you out of the way. And my wand can stay in my main bag, just in case I need it. So what we need for a poppet shelf, we don't need this, but what we need for poppets, I mean, we don't need this, but I had all the bits ready apart from the green wool. So a bit of nether brick, some of these are tune stones, if you remember there, with a magic, diamond and lava buckets, and a bit of green wool, get a poppet shelf. Poppets will work when they're either in your inventory or on a poppet shelf. Now, if you was on like a server with PvP and all stuff like that, you'd want to have this hidden somewhere. On the Resonant Rise pack, you'd probably want any spectral thing from random things. Oh yeah, that's from random things, isn't it? The spectral zone. That's, so, yeah. So, but as no one is going to kill each other anyway, and if they are, all hell would break loose and would all end up making a mess of each other. I'm just going to put my death protection puppets out in the open there, and I don't think people will mess with it. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go Poppets. We need a couple of things here. I need some blank Poppets. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my AE system. Because my witchery stuff is all in my AE system, I should be able to create a recipe for this, which makes things a lot easier. Someone in a comment a while back did actually ask me about automating death poppet production. Could be doing 1.6 pretty straightforwardly. In 1.7.4 though, if we look at the death protection poppet, the ones I'm going to make, you will see that this guy, where is it? Page 6. Needs diamond vapours, so they're from the distillery, and there's a couple of stages to that actually. Diamond vapours in the distillery, but it needs oil of vitriol, which is from the distillery as well, so you'd need 2 distilleries. You'd also need to automate foul fumes and quick lime. Foul fumes are from the witch's oven, quick lime is from ash, also from the witch's oven, and then turned into, oh, there's another place to get in. Foul fume is the, you can get it from distillery as well, that makes it even more complicated though. So there's quite a lot of distillery stuff, but then, yeah, the quick lime there, by the way, is just the wood ash crafted. So you need an auto crafting step in there as well. I keep going back. That's for the diamond vapour. The drop of luck, of course, is a cauldron recipe. So you'd have to automate a cauldron recipe, which requires that 8,000 odd, 7,000 odd auto power, and refined evil also needs crafting, and it's going to take a lot of work just to automate death poppets now. So that's probably Lion's fault, because I know MNF, I've got your name right, MNF, watch Lion's Witch in the Woods videos, so it's probably all his fault. Right, what I want to do is go to my pattern terminal, and I want to say, do everything for that. Yes, I do. Wonderful. And then I also am going to want bone needle recipe in there, aren't I? So there we go, a couple of recipes, and in my interface terminal over here, let's just sling them down here. So now we can make blank poppets. I'm also going to want a tag lock kit, because I have to want to tag lock myself. I think Lion also made a way to automatically tag log himself by having something click on his bed, which makes sense. So there we go, tag lock kit, and of course that also uses a needle that I've just got the recipe for, so that can go there. So now we've got the bits we need to actually make the stuff. Let's jump up here and let's have a look at what tag locks we've got. So right, we need foul fumes. So for foul fumes, all I've done there is I've burnt a stack of oak, and that's got me a load of foul fumes. So that's all good. A bit of charcoal can go in there. So just a normal stack of oak logs got me a load of foul fumes. Then into the distillery, what we're going to do is combine them foul fumes with quicklime, which, as I say, is just wood ash, and you get wood ash by burning saplings by the look of it in a normal furnace. Interesting. I thought that was all going to be witchery oven stuff. Witch's oven stuff. That is weird. No witch's oven. Alloy smelter, redstone furnace smelting. I guess it's just classed as normal smelting and not actually witch's oven smelting. So burning saplings gets you wood ash. I'm sure you get it as a byproduct of stuff as well. Never mind. Let me, while I remember, my FPS has gone a bit crappy. While I remember, I'm going to refill that with clay jars, because if you're cooking stuff in there and you run out of jars, the stuff stays cooking. You just don't get the item you're after. So what I've actually got here is I've got a full stack of oil of vitriol going. So oil of vitriol there, foul fuel, quicklime, and that's getting me gypsum and slime balls as well. So I'm sure, ritual chalk, okay. I'm sure that's going to come in useful sometime. So that's got me loads of oil of vitriol. Now I need oil of vitriol and diamond vapors, I believe. So let's have a look at our death protection puppet again. It just shows you all the puppets on it. So diamond vapor, diamond, and the oil of vitriol gets me 2 diamond vapor and an order of purity. So I'll get them on the go, and of course drop of luck is going to be a bit of a pain. So I'll get enough to fill my shelf. And how many slots does my shelf have? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll get 9 drops of luck. That's going to take me a bit of time to do, innit? So for the drops of luck, I guess the tricky bit is the Mutandis Extremis, which means Mutandis, so that's a pain. Not a pain. Refined Evil, Diamond Gear Gas Tears. I've got some work to do, haven't I? I've got a bit of work to do to get all this stuff sorted, so I shall get it all prepped. So let's have a quick look at the poppet, see what other ones there is. So there's your blank one, that's the one we've just set the recipe for. So let's start by making 9 of them guys. So poppet, we'll have 9 of you please. So we've got all the bits for that. Wonderful. And I'm going to need 9 tag lock kits. I've already got 31 of them, so that's all good. So I think I can tag lock my own bed if I sleep in a bed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sleep in here because it's night time. Wonderful. And now I'm going to tag lock that bed. And because it's my own, I'm guaranteed to get it every time. If I try to tag lock someone else, they'd have to be online, and they'd also get a message when I was doing this. As you can see there, tag lock track of the builder. I'm going to break that so no one else can tag lock me. And I know that Lucy's actually got my tag lock, but I don't really care. It's all good. Hello, statue of me. I did check out as well, while I remember. I did check out the other statue you can make. I made it 1.6.4, It's called a statue of the goddess. We've got no crafting recipe. It's disabled. There's 2 creative statues here: statue of broken cases, statue of occluded summons, and there's this one that's got, it needs setting in the config. You can go near this and you can get cases off you. So if you was on a server and you don't want people to get stuck with cases, you can always, if you're the admin, you can cheat one of them in. Or if you want to enable the crafting recipe, you can craft one of those if it's enabled, and all you got to do is go near that and it gets cases off you. The same with that one. Statue of broken cases will break any case. That's just creative. It's a little statue of a wolf, and that's a little statue of a mandrake. And what that does is, some rituals can teleport people to you if you've got them tag locked. What that does, if they're near that, then they can't be teleported to you, and it has like a 32 block radius. So if you had that and that in your base, then people can't teleport you or curse you. So that's what they're about anyway. Right then, so as I suspected, this did take a while. I cut the camera there because I went on to explain what the Poppets do, and I realised I don't actually know what the Poppets do, so I had to check. There was a couple of them that I wasn't actually exactly sure, so I'll actually talk through that now I've checked. So there's your blank Poppet. Air protection Poppet is that avoids death from falling. So if you fall and you would have died, then that is going to protect you. Obviously I've got an angel ring, so that's no good for me. Water protection Poppet stops you drowning. Hunger protection Poppet stops you dying of starvation. That's quite useful if you're on a hard mode server, I suppose, because I think it can kill you, can it? And if you've got like hunger mods on and stuff. Then we've got fire protection Poppet, pretty useful. No need for that myself because of my talisman of a medium. That'll just put fires out on me anyway. Voodoo protection Poppet. This avoids all voodoo effects. So what you've got is that kind of goes with the voodoo Poppet. So if someone makes a voodoo Poppet of you, and you have got a stock of voodoo protection Poppets, when they try and damage you using that, it'll actually damage them instead and not you, but it'll use up your voodoo protection Poppets. Then we have got the Poppet protection Poppet. Now this is a specific one. There is a case called the Case of the Corrupt Poppet, which can destroy all your, I think it can destroy 10 voodoo protection Poppets. So if you was having a war with someone, and then you had you had like a stock of these voodoo protection Poppets, if they did the Case of Corrupt Poppet, it could destroy 10 of them. If you had this as well as 10 of them, for example, then this would protect you from the Poppet case. If that makes sense. And then the next two are pretty straightforward. They stop tools or armor breaking. And then we've got our death protection one there. And we've got the vampiric one. Now the vampiric one is a bit different. That needs 2 tag lock kits, one for you and one for your victim. And then the damage will come from them and come to you. I'm not really sure how that one works. Not sure if you have to actually damage them to get damage onto you or not. Anyway, I have crafted up some drops of luck. Now, I have had a little bit of an issue with this. If you remember, it's a couple of episodes ago now though, but I had this set up under here. Instead of having netherrack, I had a little button on the wall here that could turn the fires on and off. It turns out it wasn't doing this well enough. What was happening was, I'll show you it legit, I'll show you this proper one. Now there. What was happening? So there's the 5 bits we need in for that. It was kind of getting to this, and then it was stopping, and then it was starting again and stopping. It was taking absolutely ages. It was because that igniter that you had under there, that thing, the igniter from Tinker's, it doesn't seem to put constant heat on like netherrack does. So I was getting stopping starting all the time with that. So it was taking absolutely ages just to do the advanced mutandis there, the Mutandis Extremis. So I've taken that out, and that's just netherrack under there now. So I pulled that one out as well, and that's just netherrack under there. So them igniters that I spent time making don't really work as well as they could. It's weird because you think it would just be a heat source underneath, but it looks like it constantly turns itself off and on again, which was making the thing restart again. And these take a bit of time, so it looks like they need constant application of the heat, I guess. It needs to have heat on it for a duration for this to happen. So yeah, that was kind of stopping that, so that was weird. So what I need now then is, I need to pop it in there again. And excuse me, bit of a yawn there, I must be tired. I apologise for that. Now I can chuck them in there, and I can make myself 9 of these guys that don't stack. There we go. So there's 9 of them guys, and what I can do with them now is, what I need to do is combine them with a tag lock kit. That'll bind them to me. So I've got 1, 2. So the only ones I really need are death protection ones. I could, if I really wanted to, make one of the Poppet protection. What was it called? Well, I could make some voodoo protections if I wanted to, and I could make the Poppet protection one, but I don't really see the need. I can't see anyone on here doing that. I guess that's if you are playing with the explicit thing on the server that you are actually going to try and do each other. There we go. They can all go on the Poppet shelf. So now, for the next 9 deaths I have, I shall be okay, because each time I die, you hear a little ping noise. I remember this from 1.6.4. Each time I would have died, so after I did some of these in 1.6.4, I fought some withers, and playing the video back, you can hear little ding noises, and that was when the wither would have killed me. There we go. We have got some Poppets made. Excellent. So I think that's all I wanted to cover. I'm actually going to make myself a bit more that refined evil, because I've only got 3 of them left. So I'm just going to chuck. I've got over a full stack of Odor of Purity. I need to use some of that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll fill 5 of them. So 5 more gas tiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And clear jars. I'll bang them in there as well. And oh, koboldite. You can hear the kobold upstairs praying. 4,000 of that now, so I've taken the pick off him for now, the guy who's downstairs who was mining for me. So I've got a whole load of that stuff, so that's all good. Let's just restock this. Diamond Vapor, that'll give me a little bit more of that refined evil for whenever I need it. And we're all good. So there we go. I've got death protection Poppets, and with that purity. I'll leave them so it don't clog up my system. I'll leave them in there, I think. And I've just made another one of them Devil's Tongue charms while I was hanging around. So next time I want to speak to a demon, I've got one of them again. Okay, I'm going to wrap up the episode there. We've done a little bit of Witcher. I haven't really done much in the episode, to be honest, but we had some death protection Poppets. I am now tougher than I was. I've gone back to wearing my Edge stuff, by the way. I'm not wearing the Fortress armor anymore because I kind of like this. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Anything you'd like to see in particular, then let me know. Because I'm still in 2 minds whether or not to move on to the more technical stuff in the mod or carry on. Did I see my weird graphics in the sky? Look at that. The sky is going weird. Always, something is always breaking with my graphic card. So yeah, anything in particular you want to see, then give me a shout. Look at that, it's weird, isn't it? Some kind of crystalline entity over there waiting to grant me wishes. Right, yeah, I won't babble on any longer. Thank you for watching, and I hope I see you next time. Cheers. Bye. Oh, back just for a second. The vampiric Poppet, what it does is, if you have bound yourself and someone else to that, when you take damage, they take the damage instead of you taking it. That's how it works. Cool. Cheers. Bye.